Hi guys and welcome back to Zach from NerdWorks Media. That's not how my intro goes. Anyway, in today's video, the MX5 has more problems.
Just to suffer.
Now, if you are here on Patreon, welcome. If you are not here from Patreon, just a reminder, my content is now free early on Patreon. You don't have to be an actual Patreon and give me money to view my content. It is now ad-free, for free on Patreon. Go check it out. Just, you need an account so that you can follow my account. That's all. Anyway, this has more problems. Basically, it needs a service, one, which is, that's fine. However, two, for some reason, for the past like 2-3 weekends, the car's just been breaking up. Just not necessarily under boost. Sometimes I'll just be at idle and the car decides to kill itself. Now, I've actually done a couple of things. So, in the previous video, sorry. I changed the boost lines.
Ooh, shiny new boost lines, wow.
But unfortunately, basically right after it changed the boost lines, the following day I took a customer for a little bit of a ride so that he could feel my car because he wants to do the same thing. And then on my way home, the car just started sporadically cutting out. Now, I checked all of the wires that we could have potentially fiddled with. I checked that all the boost lines are on correctly. I checked the fuel pump and the breather for the fuel tank and everything seems fine. So I have no idea what the fuck is wrong, basically. So I'm going to do a service because maybe it's spark plugs. It could be spark plugs, it could be the inline fuel filter. So I'm going to try those. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have particularly high hopes. Anyway, so you join me now quickly to do a service. I'm not going to run you through what I'm doing because I'm sure you guys know how to service a MX5 at this point. I do have a video somewhere on my channel about this. So, rather I'm just going to set a big time lapse. Okay, let me catch you guys up very quickly. I was struggling a lot to change the oil filter. For some reason, it was absolutely stuck on there. Anyway, I also changed the spark plugs. Went through, did that. I've got that cover plate, obviously, for the new coils. The screws were a little bit too long. I managed to find some, like, just a little bit extra spacing, for, like a spring washer, so that when it tightens, it'll actually tighten properly. The coils are all on nicely, and the spark plugs were gapped correctly now. Changed the fuel filter. That was an absolute ball ache and I fucking hated it because it wouldn't come out, and then eventually it came out, but then the new one wouldn't go back in and the other side wouldn't come out, and it was just an absolute horrific show. So that was annoying. Anyway, eventually we got that done. Then I went to go put in the new oil and I started pouring, and then I was like, wait, but this is old oil. So I stopped pouring, obviously, and I got about a shot glass, if not even a little bit less, worth of oil in. However, when we have oils and stuff that need to be discarded, we mix them together. So that was oil, diesel, and thinners all in the same thing.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
So you can imagine I was pretty irritated there. Drained that all out. Again, had to lift the car back up, drain everything, blah, blah, blah. But obviously it didn't start or anything, so it was fine. And also it was a small amount. New oil in, and I didn't record the very first start, but I first started it, killed itself immediately. So clearly whatever I did not solve the problem, or I just had a weird little hiccup, which, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the car for a bit of a drive, go hammer it around, and let's see if I get the fuel cut problem again. Shit went from bad to worse. So basically, as soon as I finished filming that clip, I came to sit in the car, and I noticed there was a gigantic puddle of fuel underneath the car. Clearly the fuel filter wasn't tight, so yeah, I had to go back and tighten that. However, then my dad and I decided to test the old fuel filter, like see how dirty the fuel is, and it was disgusting. It was brown, as if I had mud through the system. So I don't know why. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Maybe I only changed it like a while ago, but I'm pretty sure that I changed it not last year. I changed it every second year. So I'm pretty convinced that I changed it in 2022. However, and that's what I have written in my little notes, which I keep a record of exactly when anything is done to my car. So I'm pretty convinced that that's when I had it done. So I don't know why it's so dirty, unless I just went to a really shit fuel station and they gave me dirty fuel. However, I make sure to go to like high-end, if you will, petrol stations, because I can't risk this kind of thing. So I will catch you guys up during the drive. I completely forgot to record well, the drive and stuff, so yeah. But anyway, I'm still fuck, this thing doesn't want to go again. I'm still basically, I've just started the drive. The car is still warming up and stuff, so I thought I'd no, this thing doesn't want to. Gears have been fighting me. So far it feels okay. It choked up on that first start, like I said, and you're just gonna move right in front of me. This is also why I don't drive this car anymore, because people are insistent on trying to crash into me. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry, I can't have this up. I tried my best. I'll catch you guys up if anything changes. I'm sorry, I did try my best to record stuff, but as you saw, the camera fell down. I was driving. I can't stop every 2 minutes to try to put my camera back up. Always feel fucking guilty when that happens, because I want to show you guys what is happening or what's driving. Unfortunately, I'm not a rich YouTuber, and I can't afford fancy GoPros that I can just stick all over my car so you guys can see all these things. And then after all of that, even though that the fuel was dirty and stuff, now driving home, as soon as I got off the highway, I could feel it was choking up a little bit. I won't lie, not as bad. So I don't know if there's gunk in the system maybe, and it's trying to get through that and then it'll run properly again. I don't know. Because it definitely wasn't as bad. It just had a hiccup every now and then, but it is still happening. I'm very sorry, and I'm sorry for being irritated. I love this car to absolute shreds. This is my dream car. It was my dream car growing up as a kid. I wanted a little Miata. And it breaks my heart that I can't drive this car anymore. Because between people trying to crash into me and the car not wanting to run, or it does run, but it's so uncomfortable to drive because of the clutch being an issue, and this, and this, and this, it's more and more and more. It's never enough for this car, and I'm getting tired now, and I don't want to sell the car. I don't want to get rid of the car. It is, like I said, my dream car. I love this thing, but it is also starting to get to the point where I'm trying to look at the situation of, okay, but almost at this point though, I could sell this and maybe try to find like a better condition one, because this one seemingly doesn't want to live anymore, and it's just I don't know. I haven't got the time and the money that I can hemorrhage at making it fucking spectacular. I wish I did. I would love to, because we were actually discussing the gear ratios between the 6-speed and the 5-speed, and because obviously the 6-speed is stronger, and I've talked about swapping the 6-speed in before, but the 5-speed has a longer ratio of gearing, which means that it would actually be better, technically speaking, if it's well built. So we were actually discussing, well, maybe instead of buying a 6-speed, we completely rebuild the 5-speed, and I get an MB diff still, because it's a stronger casing, and that's actually what fails, not the gears itself. So then, that and all of this stuff. And then on top of that, all the nice things I want to do for the sports. And then on top of that, don't forget that this still has a wide body kit planned and all of these different things. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not going to afford that until I'm in my 30s, because just with how this car has been treating me in recent, I can't afford to do anything else. As it is, the Sport was actually supposed to get priority and have its service done first, considering the fact that I don't know what the previous owners did for its service before they sold it to me. I don't know what quality of stuff is in there. I don't even know if they lied on the book and maybe that stuff's super duper old. So I wanted to do the Sport, so I knew that it was all fresh and good and stuff. But then this thing started breaking up and dying, so then I had to prioritize doing this thing. And it's not even fixed now. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm feeling very defeated. I'm sorry. Anyway, until next time, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.